I bought this Melin hat in 2021, and it has been by far my favorite hat over the years. Let's check the exact model that I bought. I bought the Trenches Icon Hydro Heather Charcoal color classic fit. And as you can see, when I bought it in 2021, it was $59. I believe it's a little bit more expensive now. This hat has served me extremely well, and I wear this thing literally all the time. I wear it out and about, while going for a run, at the formal event, at the slightly less formal event, on the mountain, also on the mountain, at the beach, going to bed, and even in the shower. So yeah, it's safe to say that I'm a huge fan of this hat. Part of the reason being it just looks really nice and works with a wide range of outfits, ranging from active to casual to a little dressed up. But if you're put off by my horrible sense of fashion, then at least check out how durable and high quality these hats are, something which is more apparent when you compare it to other hats. So on the left here is my Melin hat, and on the right here is probably the only other hat that really competes for my head, and that is my Boston Bruins New Era, right here, the New Era 950 hat. My Melin hat here, I wear this all 4 seasons, any situation. Like I said, but with the exception of the NHL season, I'm probably wearing this hat. Now, this hat, it looks great and obviously has a lot of sentimental value for me, being able to, rep my favorite team. But my one huge, well, really two huge criticisms is this hat gets very hot, right? Very little ventilation. I don't fault New Era for that. They don't ever advertise or claim that these are really athletic wearer hats. So, while it is a con of this hat, I don't really fault New Era. It's not really an advertised feature. However, this bill, brim, visor, I don't know, I'm not a hat doctor, but whatever you call this thing, there was one day where I was wearing this hat and there was a little bit of rain, and I was out there for a couple minutes and this hat got drenched. It was pretty wet, and this bill, ever since that day, and this, I'm talking like years ago, this has never really returned back to its original strength, I guess. I started Googling it, and apparently a lot of hats of this style, there's just straight up cardboard in this bill, brim, whatever, visor. It's straight up cardboard, or it's a mix of cardboard and plastic. But anyway, that must have just soaked up a bunch of the moisture from the rain and whatnot, and this is just it. You're not going to be able to see it from this video, but trust me, it just feels so flimsy. It feels very cheap. Highly, highly, highly disappointing that one rainy day, basically ruins half the function of the hat, the visor. On the contrary, or flip side, I guess, on the flip side, you have the Melin hat. Now, whatever the Melin hat's visor, brim, whatever you call this, whatever this is made of, this does not give a fuck at all about the weather. Whatever kind of moisture you throw at it, or heat or cold you throw at it, it doesn't give a fuck. It has been as rigid and firm as it's felt day one, which is really amazing. I think it really speaks to the quality of this hat. In addition, as you can see here, it does have a little bit of curve. I don't know if you're able to tell right now while it's not on my head, but the Trenches hat comes as a completely flat bill, but it's still flexible enough to be able to mold and shape it a little bit, over the years, because I like the flat brim hats, but with a little bit of a curve. The back here is really nice. It's very ventilated. You can see my fingers kind of passing through here. The ventilation is super nice. Even this like snapback, whatever plastic or material they use for this, it just feels a little bit more premium than most other hats. I really like it. So yeah, as you can see here, there's the designed in California, the inner side, this like
Melin logo thing, which I heard is it can be something to like rub the dirt off of your thumbs while you're working or something. I don't know. I don't ever actually use it. I think it just looks cool though. This front paneling has really nice waterproofing or water repellent, I guess. When you buy this hat straight out of the box, if you ever get this wet or there's rain or whatever, you splash some water on it, you can see this repelling the water. Like it's really cool. You can probably just Google some footage of it. It's probably on Melin's website or something. And if I was a better YouTuber, I'd have some B-roll here, maybe. I don't know, but I'm a very shitty YouTuber. But anyway, this water repellent, um, water repelling front paneling, very nice. And overall, just I think this is a really well constructed hat. Another awesome feature of this Melin hat that I think just standard hats like New Era, 950s, is in the New Era 950s. This sweatband here, I guess might be the technical term. Man, when this gets hot and your head gets sweaty, boy, this, I mean, it does its job. It'll stay on your head, but it's not made of any special material or anything, and it's just gonna get drenched and soaking with sweat. Whereas this Melon hat, this sweatband, you can just tell. Again, like I'm just using an iPhone to record, so you probably can't really tell the difference in footage. But this sweatband is clearly made of different material from the New Era hat. It's like much softer and it's much thicker. And I believe it has this like sweat wicking material, according to the official Melon website. And this is really nice for when you're doing outdoor activities. You're playing sports or, it's just really hot outside. This moisture wicking technology really helps while you're working up a sweat. One additional feature of this hat is the fact that it has a little bosom pocket, bosom. I don't. How do you pronounce that? Anyway, it has this like besom pocket here. Maybe I can get it on camera. As you can see, I can like fit my finger and just like one finger into this pocket. Allegedly, it's for fitting like an extra pair of keys or like some extra cash, roll up some cash in there or something. I don't know. I don't ever use this thing. I don't really like the idea of my hat having to be my backup key holder, I guess. But whatever. This bosom whatever hat or pocket is there for your enjoyment.
Another really nice perk of the Melon hat is that it's really easy to clean. Following the official instructions from Melon in a YouTube video that they uploaded, I will post a link to that video in the description to this one. Following their instructions, basically, it's very simple. You just wet the hat and then using your hands, apply soap to wherever the hat needs to be cleaned. Here is me cleaning the sweatband, probably the thing that needs the most cleaning in my opinion. And then once you're done, of course, you set it out to dry. Now, while this hat overall is a very solid product, nothing is perfect, and it does have some weaknesses. The major one being every time you wash your melon hat by hand, the water repellent gets less and less effective. This is stated from Melon's product team. This is actually a disclaimer. The very first thing you see in their official how to clean your melon hat instructional video, and they kind of go into more details. But yeah, every time you clean your hat, it does a little bit worse and worse at repelling water. I've experienced this personally as well. My hat at this point isn't so great at repelling water, but it's still very functional as a hat. It's still very durable. I still love it, still wear it all the time. It's just not as good as it was at repelling water out of the box. The second one being my hat after a couple washes has this kind of stain now. I don't know if you can see it that well, but yeah, where like the brim slash visor meets the crown, you can kind of see there, like at that meeting space, it's kind of darker than the rest of the hat. It almost looks like it's a stain or like a water stain or something. I don't really know what this is. Again, it's more of just an aesthetic blemish, I guess if you want to call it that. The hat is still very functional, Still my favorite hat. It still works fine. Still very durable. But it is strange and maybe a little bit annoying if you're just staring directly at the hat to have this little stain here. But overall, it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, just wanted to call out that it's there. Overall, I'm just a huge fan of this hat. I love the fact that it's moisture wicking. I love that it's, designed to be good in water or near water. I like that it's lightweight and very breathable in the back. And it even has that hidden bosom pocket thing. But in addition to all these like very practical qualities, I just think they all look really nice. I really like this like dark gray and black color, but just browsing around, I like all the other colors. I just think it's a perfect blend of practicality, functionality, and just style. So if you've got the funds and you need a new hat, your mileage may vary, but I very much recommend this hat.